Hi everyone, I've had a few requests from people to create a tutorial on how I use TweetDeck when I'm hosting Twitter chats. A lot of people haven't used TweetDeck at all. It's a really good Twitter management tool and I use it quite often, especially when I'm using my Mac or on my iPad Pro. So the first thing you want to do is go to tweetdeck.twitter.com, enter your credentials so that you can log in. When you first log in to TweetDeck, it will look quite different to what I've got here. Um, but what you want to do is personalize it so that it is exactly what you want to see on your screen. So usually on my TweetDeck screen, I will have my notifications panel, I will have a search panel, and I will have my messages panel, as well as a scheduled panel. So I'm going to set up, I've already got the notifications one here. I'll show you how you can set up the other ones. Simply just press on the plus button here to add the column. The first column I want is my hashtag search. So for this one, I'm just going to use primary STEM chat because that is one that I use quite frequently. And you'll see a new column pops up and it has everything with that hashtag there in the correct order as well. And the next thing I want to set up is my scheduled column, and it's already there. I've already got some fake scheduled tweets in here, which I will be deleting those later. But what I wanted to show you is how you can organize yourself for a Twitter chat if you're hosting it, so that you can give as much attention as possible to everyone's responses and all the different notifications that come through when you're hosting a Twitter chat, because from experience they can be quite fast and furious, and the more organized you are, the better place you are to run a successful chat. So what I normally like to do is have all my questions and all my times sorted out before I go into TweetDeck. So I might save that on a note, or I quite often use canva.com to create images for my questions. So once you've got all those, what you want to do is go to the new tweet icon, and you want to type in your tweet. So for example, if I'm going to be hosting primary STEM chat on a Thursday night, I might start off at 7:30 p.m. because that's when the Twitter chat starts. I might do a welcome, please introduce yourself, and then I will schedule that tweet down the bottom here for exactly 7:30 p.m. on that night. So that's, we'll just say it's Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Once I'm happy, I can add my image from Canva if I want to, and I'll tweet that. And I usually give 4 or 5 minutes for people to respond, and then I would start off with question one. So same deal. You put in your question here. So question one, schedule that tweet for say 7:34, 7:35, because that's enough time for people to usually do an introduction and for you to jump back in and say hello, welcome, thank you for joining our chat. And I can tweet that. Now, it's really important that when you're hosting a Twitter chat as well, that you're also answering the questions, because people might learn something from what you've got. So I like to schedule my own answers in advance for say 1 minute after I've asked the question. So I might do answer one, schedule that, and I ask question one at 7:35, so I'll send my answer out at 7:36 on the Thursday night, and that's it. Really simple. So if you've got an hour-long chat, quite often you'll have maybe 5 questions, maybe 6. I usually like to separate them by about 9 minutes, and that gives people enough time to answer those. But because you've got all your questions and all your answers already scheduled in TweetDeck, that gives you 100% of your attention to the hashtag feed that's happening and all the different notifications. It's a really good way to stay organized and keep on top and have a really successful Twitter chat. I hope you've found this useful. If you've got any questions, you can reach out to me on Twitter at PonderingDan.